Hey guys, Crewman here with my fourth and final January profitability video. I'm going to talk about what I ended up doing last week, my original plan, what actually transpired, and whether it was worth it. Then I'm going to look back at the 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks really, of mining in January, what I mined on those weeks, how it ended up doing for me when I paid my power bill, and then what I made in profit. It's all going to be rough estimates. I don't really like to deal in exacts, at least in terms of these videos. And then I'm going to go over my plan for next week and next month, and I'm going to talk about some changes when we do next month's video series. So thanks for joining me. I know your time is valuable. Please like and subscribe, and let's get at it. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go over last week, what my plan was, what actually happened, and whether or not it was worth it. So last week, my original plan was that I was going to mine Nexa plus ZIL. Now, it took a little bit of time to get it set up, and I wasn't comfortable with how the miner was working, so I decided to not do it because I was leaving for vacation right after I filmed that video, so I didn't have much time to tinker with it. So I ended up going to Vegas for a week. It was a good time, and I stuck with just mining Nexa. Now, good thing I did because I had one or two rigs go down, and I suspect the whole farm would have went down had I tried to dual mine. Now, was it worth it? Well, let's look at the difficulty change from last week. If you look at when I left, which was January 23rd, we're about 500 terahash. And now at, January 31st, we are at 900 terahash. So it almost doubled, not quite, but almost doubled. Now, was the price able to keep up? Well, if you look at last week from one of my videos, you'll see that the price was hovering around 12, which was close to the all-time high of 14, but not quite. It actually hit the all-time high right as I left for vacation. And if you look now, we're floating at about 900. Now, I do want to say that I feel like this price decrease has more to do with the unfortunate Exbitron hack than the state of Nexa itself. Now, as far as Exbitron goes, I am currently not mining there anymore. I released a video on everything that you need to do to protect yourself. The deposits are still flowing into Exbitron from anybody who stopped mining later or was already mining there when the hack happened, and they are letting you withdraw your Nexa, so everything is okay on that front. Got to give them credit for that. As much as this hack messed everything up and I lost some money on it, at least they're trying to make it right. I'm currently mining to my own wallet with plans to transfer into TXBit or Trade Ogre, because apparently Trade Ogre is going to be listing Nexa, which, not financial advice, but I think maybe could improve the price a bit. We'll see. So if you theoretically mined for a week and you were planning on selling at the end of the week, you would have sold at a loss because the hash rate went up and the profits went down. Not a loss. You would have made a lot less, and it might not have been worth mining last week. Now, I'm okay with it because I don't plan on selling, and I think the price will continue to go up. Again, not financial advice, but I think the price will continue to go up to take into account the rise in hash rate, but we will see. Now, I want to reflect on this past month. So I spent 3 weeks mining Nexa and a week and a half mining Dynex, and overall, I was very profitable. I lucked out in that I got in early on both coins, and if you look at Nexa's profitability in the last 30 days, it's 453%, and Dynex is about 305%. Now, I cashed out enough to pay my power bill and a little bit extra, which some of it I lost in the Exbitron hack, but I was profitable 2 weeks in, so the rest of it was gravy. I have sold all of my Dynex, and I have kept I have a pretty decent bag of Nexa from the last 2 weeks. I have not sold. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm just telling you what I've done. So I would say January was a pretty big success profitability-wise. Even if you consider the money I lost in the Exbitron hack, I still had a pretty good month, and I paid for my whole power bill, and the rest of the coins I've hodled or I've sold and converted into other things. So again, it was a good month. So the plan is to evaluate weekly, and I'm going to, like I said, drop a video at the end of each week, and I'm going to see where we stand, and then I'm going to tell you what my plan is for the next week. So a few things that are going to be different about this month is I'm going to pay for 75% of the power bill instead of all of it. I'm going to try to float a little bit more than normal, because I've seen the coins go up in price, and I'd like to see if it continues that trend. So we will see. I'm also not going to rely on mining calculators as much. I frankly don't like them. I don't really trust them. There's so much that goes into it, and it's so hard to keep track of mining profitability. So what I'm going to do is I have a single 3070 on a test bench that I was actually testing out because I thought something was wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it, but what I want to do is I'm going to mine to separate wallets, and I'm going to try different coins, and I'm going to do it 24 hours, and I'm going to see what the pool says I'm earning, and I want to see what I actually earned. And I'm going to take that number and I'm going to just roll with it for a few days, and then I'm going to do it again in a few days. So I'll probably do it like twice a week. Obviously it's going to keep mining, but I'll be mining different addresses just to see where the 24-hour limit is, because it's really impossible to stay on top of profitability if that's what you're going for. You really kind of have to figure out, you kind of have to make a guesstimation, especially with something like Nexa where the payout is delayed. So that's my plan, and I'll be doing that with other coins as well, just to see if I can get some kind of idea on where profitability stands. Now, it's not perfect, but it's the best that I can do, and I think it'll give me personally the best numbers. So my plan for next week, as we're going forward, is I will be mining Nexa plus ZIL, and I will be doing that on all my NVIDIA cards and AMD when it allows it. Currently, my AMD cards, unfortunately, are on WildRig and ArtPlant because I have nowhere else to go. And all of my NVIDIA cards are on LOL Miner because I like the hash rate improvement. So anyway, I hope this series helped, and I hope it gave you an insight into my thinking. Now, obviously, this was a very good month. We basically found two coins that were profitable. Speaking of Dynex, I don't know if I'm going to mine it anymore. I'm just not sure, so we're just going to leave it at that. I do like where Nexa is going. The fact that it's going to get listed on Trade Ogre has me kind of excited. It kind of takes it out of that super obscure coin realm, and it kind of brings it closer to the light. I will continue to be mining that. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be some new coin that comes out and we can get it early and we can ride profitability on it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we are theoretically still early on Nexa as well. But other than that, thank you for taking the time to join me on this journey this month. I know your time is valuable, so thank you for spending it with me. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm going to try to do this whole year, and we're going to see how I ended up overall mining in a bear market, and hopefully it's as good as it was this month. Crootman out.